Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I have got a very interesting case for you all today. This might just be the most disturbing case I've ever really researched, which is saying a lot because this is the only case I've ever researched, alright? So it's got a 1-for-1 rating so far. It's out of the park. This story, it's got mystery, it's got murder, it's got child endangerment, everything you can imagine. Alright? This is a big case. I haven't devoted my life for nothing, okay? I'm here to tell you everything I can find out about this urban legend, alright? The disappearances behind it. Alright? I've read the reports, I've seen it all connects, alright? And I'm here to tell you how. Okay? 3 disappearances, all across several decades, but all having one common through line. A deep connection to the urban legend known only as Daddy Dogs. Now, before we really get into the missing person cases, it's important to cover the Daddy Dogs mythos a little bit. All the way back in 2015, holy shit, that was 8 years ago, oh my god, there were sightings of a strange creature. No one who reported ever claimed to fully see it, but they would all describe it as a dark silhouette that resembled a building, many seeing it just outside of their school. Its origins are a complete mystery. Some people theorize that it was a byproduct of the Everglades. Some think that it's a mutant from some nearby swamp. Or, as some others have put it, it's a consequence of the Industrial Revolution. I personally believe that it was a creation of the evil inventor, Mr. Caleb Daddy, who went missing shortly before the first disappearance. Now, whatever its origins may be, they're not nearly as important as figuring out its motives. What makes Daddy Dogs tick? Why it does what it does. Its motives are also a complete and total fucking mystery though, so I'm skipping over all of that and moving on. And this is when we get to my favorite part of any investigation. That's right, dead kids! As you may have guessed by my introduction to this, the first victim was an 8-year-old named Timus Asgard. Hang on, Timus. What the hell kind of a name is Timus? Word doesn't even accept it as a name. What the fuck? Let's see, I'm gonna do a little bit of digging on the origins of the name for clues, see if that can help us out in the investigation. Timus and his giant dick. What is this? What? For him to lay on his back and be idolized. No! No! Does this relate to the Daddy Dogs missing person case? What the fuck? Right, so that's probably not related. I think. I hope. But moving on from his name, Timus was always described as being very adventurous and very curious. Although simultaneously, his family also always described him as being very cautious. And this makes what happens next all the more shocking. On the morning of July 1958, in the year 23rd, Timus Asgard would go missing. His friends would go on to state they were playing Find the Daddy Dog, a game that sounds way worse than it actually is. See, Daddy Dogs was a widespread urban legend around that time, and these kids would go out and pretend to search for him around the famous Florida swamp tree in the world-class Swampston town. The local investigators, who were surrounding the case at that time, would turn to many of the other members of the public who had gathered around. All 286 people there seemed to say that they had spotted Daddy Dogs in one way or another, but they all differed from case to case. Some claimed that it was a beast with glowing eyes and sharp claws. Others said that it took the form of a mysterious shadowed building in the distance, tempting them to come find it. My favorite depiction was that it took the form of one Mr. Daddy, the infamous inventor who I mentioned earlier, who at this point had gone missing only 2 months earlier. Whether or not it was in fact Daddy Dogs that took young Timus, no one ever found a trace of him after the event. The police eventually simply ruling that it was a runaway, and he likely died of exposure or, alligators, or mountain lions. We have those here too, so fuck it, it could have been many things. However, when pressed on this matter further, the police would go pale and refuse to speak on the case. Now this may look suspicious on the outset, but out of fear of the police showing up and feeding me to the gators, I can't legally say that they're involved. But if I had my guess, I think they're working for the daddy. Now, If only one disappearance could be linked to the urban legend Daddy Dawgs, it could be written as just a coincidence, but things go further than that. The next person to go missing was a man known as Majmir Servik, I think. How is that pronounced?
You little dumbass bitch not being able to pronounce basic names and shit. Majmir Sefsik.
Okay.
It's not that hard, dumbass. Look at me, I'm the scout here. Majmir
set off on a hike on the morning of February 30th, 1987. He was carrying his backpack full of essential supplies, like food, water, his unofficial joke book for Fortniters with 800 plus jokes inside written by Brian Boone and illustrated by Amanda Brack, a compass, and strangely enough, a cookbook. You see,
Majmir
was an avid wilderness chef with a propensity for cooking specialty hot dogs while out in the woods. While it is uncertain, and this is in none of the case files I could find about this, it is very likely, in my opinion, that this would agitate Daddy Dawgs, and it could perhaps even provoke an attack. He had told his family that he'd be back by morning, which as we all know now, was a complete and total fucking lie. His family reported him missing after 3 days of him failing to return by the morning. Search and rescue teams were sent out almost immediately here. Although many members were afraid to go deeper into the woods, worried about ending up like
Majmir.
Many mentioned that they had sightings or experiences of Daddy Dawgs that pressured them to get out of the woods as fast as possible. And while no search and rescue members were harmed, they all failed at their one job of finding
Majmir.
And to this day, this is the last time anyone has ever seen
Majmir Sefsik.
And more importantly, the last time anyone has seen the cookbook or the Fortnite Funnies book. But ladies and gentlemen, the real tragedy of today, it's the last story I have for you. Mark Edward Fischbach was a large content creator, due in large part to his infectious personality and his love for cream-based treats. Wait, hang on, what? Why did they write that in the missing persons report? Moving on. It said that during one of his gaming videos, published on July 6, 1999, he had stumbled upon an old desiccated journal, documenting someone going mad from prolonged exposure to Daddy Dawgs. This naturally piqued Mark's interest. Daddy Dawgs is known for having delectable milkshakes, at least, so the legends go. And due to him being a well-known cream-based treat enthusiast, he couldn't resist. This journal also provided many strange revelations about Daddy Dawgs itself, insisting that it inhabited an old abandoned pizzeria, or I guess a hot doggeria in this case. While this conflicts with other sightings of Daddy Dawgs, it does perhaps show that it's capable of spreading and or maybe shifting forms. The last known message from Mark was the tweet,
"Hello everybody, heading into the unknown today. Time to face the fearsome Daddy Dawgs. Wish me luck, my friends. Paw emoji, hashtag Daddy Dawgs, hashtag adventure awaits."
While this gave his friends, family the idea that this would be a fun adventure, it quickly turned to horror as the creator would not be heard from again. Almost immediately, search teams were sent out. But even today, 24 years later, not a single trace has been found. Some say, though, that when walking through those woods, they can hear the faint echo of a man happily slurping down a milkshake. And if they listen closer, they might just hear that famous line one more time.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier, and today I am going to be playing Five Nights at Daddy Dawgs.
Now, all of this leaves a couple of questions. Where is Daddy Dawgs now? Was it real? Are we systematically being hunted? And perhaps most importantly, why didn't I pay my taxes in 2016? And truthfully, I don't know. But what I do know, I will do everything in my power to find the truth, to find the real story of Daddy Dawgs, to explain everything we've just been over. And I know just where to look. Oh, and by anywhere just to look, it's right next to my house. Okay. Alright, I got back from Daddy Dawgs, okay? Alright, I got something here. I got something. They don't want me to have this, but I do, okay? I don't have a lot of time before they find me. I got a fucking hot dog, okay? It's from the daddy himself. They think that they can stop me. They think that by refusing me service, that I would be stopped. Huh? But I'm not. I'm here. Okay. Alright. Holy shit. This is the fucking crowning moment of my life. I've spent the past 10 years on this fucking case. Okay? And this is it. It all ends here. It all ends tonight in the palm of my hand. Yeah, it's not bad.